Have you ever heard the term that you're always manifesting? What that means is, irrespective of what is happening in your life, positive, negative, good, bad, ugly, everything that is happening in your life is your doing. Now, this is something that is extremely controversial for people who are new to the world of law of attraction or people who don't really believe in law of attraction entirely. They believe or they keep asking, how is it that I am doing anything to bring negativity into my life? How am I bringing bad jobs or bad relationships in my life? To give you more perspective on this exact topic, I am going to tell you 5 ways you are self-sabotaging your own manifestation journey, you are self-sabotaging your law of attraction practice, and what can you do about it. In this episode, I'm going to give you 5 broad aspects, and by the time you would listen to the 5th point, you will realize there are so many simple things that you don't even realize because you don't know, you're not mindful, you don't understand how these points have a direct impact on your life, and which is directly resulting into you manifesting either negatively or your manifestations and your law of attraction process getting completely derailed or delayed, depending on how bad or how severe the situation is in your life. Hello and welcome. This is Manifest with Paycheck to Profit, a weekly podcast which helps you manifest more wealth, more abundance in your life using law of attraction. I am Manish Ahuja, founder of Paycheck to Profit, a money mindset and financial literacy coach. The purpose of this podcast is to help my community understand law of attraction beyond the theory of it, beyond the practice of it, understanding law of attraction on a much deeper level, because I talk about concepts like money mindset and money blocks in my content across social media, but law of attraction is very vague or is explained in a very haphazard manner on social media. I like to deep dive in every aspect of law of attraction in every weekly episode, and like today I'm going to talk to you about 5 ways you are self-sabotaging your law of attraction practice. So if you're new here, please ensure that you are subscribed to the YouTube channel or subscribe to the podcast on the application where you're listening to this or watching this podcast episode. This is episode 20. Let's get started, and let me tell you the first thing, the most important and the most common thing which is sabotaging your law of attraction practice is the media that you're consuming. The books that you read, the videos that you're watching on social media, the movies that you see, the music that you're listening to. Now what happens is, let's take example of news or media that you're watching on social media. How often do you come across news of job losses, inflation, stock market crashes, crypto going bust? Now all these are macro news. They don't necessarily have a direct impact on your life on day-to-day basis. But we have now gotten so hooked, so addicted to social media, to news, to media at large, that we don't even realize that we are feeding our subconscious mind, our subconscious brain with a lot of negative news. Now that this negative news keeps getting accumulated, it simmers over time, and it leads to the next problem or the next behavior, the self-sabotaging behavior, which is negative thoughts, or in the form of negative vocabulary or in form of negative words. You will be surprised how often do I catch people saying negative things. Every time somebody tells me anything remotely negative, it just becomes like a light bulb around me, and I just tell them, you know what, you probably need to read the book, The Power of the Subconscious Mind. I'll link that book in the show notes. It's one book that I believe everybody must read. So please check that book if you haven't read it already. But the idea is, we don't realize how our thought process, our vocabulary, our words that we are using have become really negative because of, as I said, the media that we are consuming, and because we are not mindful enough of the language that we are using. I would like you to start being more mindful about the vocabulary and the words that you use on regular basis, and create an accountability group with somebody and ask them for them to, raise a red flag when you say something negative, and you do the same for them. Only then will you probably understand that even unknowingly you end up saying a lot of negative things. If you would like to change this habit, I personally use many powerful statements, belief system mechanisms, which have helped me become a more positive person in life in general. If you would like me to create an episode on this subject, comment the word power wherever you're getting introduced to this podcast. If you're watching it on YouTube, give me a comment saying the word power. If you're listening to this on any on any podcast platform, just give me the word power in the comments, or just reach out to me on Instagram and just give me the word power. And I promise you, I will create an episode talking about powerful statements which will help you reframe your belief system. These are not affirmations. These are very powerful statements which help you change the way you think, which help you open new horizons in your thought process, which is a game changer. The third thing that I want you to understand is you are not clear with your intention, with your thought process, with your goals. In short, you lack clarity, and lack of clarity is again a self-sabotaging move towards manifestation and law of attraction, because if you don't know what you are trying to manifest, how will the universe help you manifest what you want or what you need? Let me give an example. Let's say if I tell you what do you want to have for breakfast, you tell me you don't know. So how do I suggest what can you call for? You can call for idlis, pancakes, you can call for burgers, you can call for pizzas if you are the kind of a person who would want to eat that for breakfast. With regards to money, the moment I ask people what kind of wealth are you trying to manifest in your life, they'll just give me a random number of, let's say, 500 crores or $7 million. And if I ask them what exactly are you going to do with that sort of money, they don't have an answer. What do you want? What kind of a house do you see yourself living in? A very big house. Is it an apartment? Is it a independent house? How many people are living with you in that house? What kind of amenities do you have in that house? Is it a gated community, or is it in an absolutely open space because that's the kind of a house that you want? What kind of investments do you have? How much money are you generating from stocks? What kind of portfolio do you own? How well educated are you with regards to your financial literacy, or how have you selected your financial advisor? People don't have answers to these questions. Lack of clarity is equals to lack of intention. So, or even if you have the intention, you don't have the knowledge. So get clarity. Clarity is an extremely powerful mechanism to start unlocking the kind of wealth that you want to accumulate in your life. One way to do this is to spend more time around people who are like-minded, who are growth-oriented, who are focused towards being financially free. And one way that I can help you connect with these people is to become a part of ProfitClan. What is ProfitClan? It's an email community where I connect you to all the possible people who can help you change your thought process. But more importantly, I'll be sending you a lot of emails, giving you a lot of value, the way I'm giving you value in this particular podcast episode. I'll connect you to other videos that I am creating which will help you enhance your money mindset and help you eliminate money blocks out of your life. A ProfitClan is a free community on email, Telegram, and WhatsApp community. You'll find the links in the show notes or the description of this video below the like button. Please go ahead and subscribe to as many options as you are comfortable with. Become a part of ProfitClan. And just in case if you are listening to this while you're driving or when you can't go to the show notes immediately, let me just read out the URL for you so that you can register it. It's paychecktопроfit.com/ProfitClan. Paychecktопроfit.com/ProfitClan. Make sure that you become a part of the ProfitClan because it's very important for you to change the community, the kind of people that you're spending time with. So many people don't even have anybody to reach out to talk to about concepts like money, investments, tax saving, and money mindset. How do you get rid of money blocks? So for that, I am giving you a free access to a community of like-minded people. Please make the best use of it. The fourth thing is becoming a self-sabotaging mechanism towards your law of attraction is your belief system. Now understand this. The way you think about anything becomes your action plan. What you think is directly influencing the actions that you take. The actions that you take is designing the reality, and whatever you are experiencing in your reality is your manifestation. Do you see how this circles back? That's exactly what I told you. Every minute, every moment of your life, you are manifesting. So even if something bad is happening in your life, it's actually an end result of a bad action plan, which is coming from a flawed or a negative belief system. Where is the negative belief system coming from? Lack of clarity, bad media being consumed, or your vocabulary and your words being negative. It is all connected. So change your belief system or work towards being mindful about having a negative belief system so that you can actually take the right steps. You listening to this episode till this moment or watching this video till this moment is anyway telling me that you're serious about this process and you're already on your path, you're already on your journey. So many congratulations. The fifth point is the most powerful, is the most impactful, and the most logical point that is going to help you beyond anything. Now, this point, whenever I talk about this to people at large, or this is one point which many people have a lot of complaints with because it's very difficult to understand, but I'm going to explain it to you with an example which is going to make you imbibe it from today itself. So if you're ready, the fifth point, which is the fifth thing that you're doing negatively, which is self-sabotaging your law of attraction mechanism and manifestations, is you do not show up or you don't live your life like the person who has already manifested. Now, the principle is, if you want to become rich, think like rich, behave like rich, spend as much time as possible living a life of that sort of a rich person. Now, people tell me, Anish, if I was already rich, why would I have to act? And if I'm acting, if I'm behaving like a rich person, that does not make me rich. That just makes me an imposter. Now, that is true if you try to break it down in such a negative manner. Let me show you how you behave in a particular manner if you are really serious about it and you've been doing this forever. Ever applied for a job interview? If you are applying to become a manager, if you're applying for a manager's role, how will you show up in that interview? Are you going to show up in your shorts and in your sandals? In a t-shirt? A beach shirt maybe? No. You will dress up. You will suit up. You will have a tie on. If you're a lady or if you are somebody, a non-binary person, you will probably end up wearing the sharpest attire or outfit in your wardrobe, and you will show up like a pro. You will show up not like a manager. You will show up like a senior manager for that job interview, because you are proving to the other person who's taking your interview that you deserve this designation, you deserve this job, you deserve this salary, you deserve this role. So you are showing up, right? Similarly, with regards to your life getting completely enhanced, improving, you have to work towards improving, even if that's 1% every day. Do you now understand? If your vocabulary is in the right place, if your belief system is correct, you will find very small ways to tweak your life and become a better version of yourself. The moment you start becoming a better version of yourself, your manifestation automatically starts getting really, really expanded. It actually starts getting very powerful. So these are the 5 things that I want you to start taking note of from today itself. Be very mindful and be very judicious about the media that you consume. Be very mindful about the vocabulary that you're using. Have as much clarity as possible with regards to your financial goals, your life goals. Work on making your belief system as positive, as growth oriented as you can, and live as if you've already achieved or you've already manifested what you're trying to desire. Put all of these things together, one step at a time, improve one step every day, and you'll see it'll have a magnetic shift in your overall life, in your mechanism, in your thought process, in your belief system, and in the way you live, perform, think, and just exist. If you have loved this episode by giving me so much of your time, I can guarantee you, I can reward you with one more episode 17 of this series, which is 7 ways to break up with negative thoughts associated with money. Again, a very powerful episode, a very important episode. If you've listened to these 5 points, those 7 points are only going to make your process even faster. You will find the link to that episode in the show notes, so make sure you check that episode after this episode is done. If you've liked this episode, please help this podcast reach to more people. Take a screenshot of this podcast right now. Share it on social media. Do not forget to tag PayToPro and Mr. Emojical. That's my personal ID. You'll again find all the details in the show notes. If you share this episode as a screenshot on any social media platform, Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram, I will also amplify your post and share it on my social media platform so that more and more people get to know about you. This will give you a boost in your social media following, and your followers will start to get to know about Paycheck to Profit or Manifest with Paycheck to Profit, and it is going to be a symbiotic helping relationship. So please do that. Do not forget to subscribe to this podcast, because I keep coming up with new episodes every week to help you enhance your manifestation journey. And do take 30 seconds and give a 5-star review to this episode. It goes a very, very, very long way to support this podcast, because I'm trying really hard to come up with episode ideas that will help you. If you have any questions, please follow me on social media and do not hesitate to ask me your questions. Who knows, the next episode is going to probably be on the question that you end up asking me. So do that. Thank you so much for staying till the end. Thank you so much for giving me your time. I wish you all the luck. Do not forget to sign up for ProfitClan and check the episode that I've mentioned earlier. Keep revisiting this episode. The more you listen to these episodes, the deeper your connection with all the thought processes gets. That's what has helped me. I keep going back to my favorite episodes from other content creators or chapters of my favorite books all the time. So make sure that you do that for yourself. Thank you so much for your time. I'll now see you next Monday and help you with another episode of Manifest with Paycheck to Profit, which will help you on your law of attraction journey to manifest wealth in your life and get happier. Until then, keep going, keep growing.